Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today we're sharing an amazing story that's sure to touch your heart. It's about Will Klein, the charming young star from The Little Couple, and his secret romance with Amy, a wonderful woman from Australia. For 5 years, they kept their relationship private, but now the secret is out. They're engaged and will get married on September 15, 2025. To make things even sweeter, Will Klein's parents have gifted a new car to Will and Amy. I'll explain everything. First, let's go back a bit for those who need a refresher or are new to the Klein family story. Will Klein came into our lives through The Little Couple, a TLC reality show that ran from 2009 to 2019. The show followed Bill Klein and Dr. Jennifer Arnold, a couple with dwarfism, as they balanced their careers, family, and life. Bill is a sharp businessman involved in pet supplies and medical devices. Jen is a neonatologist, a baby doctor, and is now the medical director at Johns Hopkins All-Children's Hospital in Florida. They met in 2006, fell in love, and married in 2008 in a beautiful beach ceremony. The real change happened in 2013 when Bill and Jen adopted Will from China at just 3 years old. He brought so much joy to their lives. A year later, in 2014, they adopted their daughter Zoe from India, completing their little family. The Little Couple showed their move from Houston to St. Petersburg, Florida, the kids learning English, and everyday moments that made the family relatable. Will, with his big smile and playful spirit, was a fan favorite. He grew from a curious toddler into a kind and bright young man. Even after the show ended in 2019, the Kleins kept fans updated through social media. Will has grown into someone truly special. Now, Will is stepping into the spotlight for a new reason, his love story, which has been quietly growing for years. Let's meet Amy, the woman who captured his heart. Amy Elizabeth Harper is a vibrant, caring woman from Sydney, Australia. Imagine golden beaches, the famous Sydney Opera House, and a lively city. That's where Amy is from. She's not just any woman. She's a nature lover and a successful entrepreneur who started an eco-friendly fashion brand called Green Threads in 2015. Her goal was simple but bold: make beautiful, stylish clothes that don't harm the planet. Think dresses made from organic bamboo, jackets from recycled cotton, and fair working conditions. Amy has poured her heart into this mission. But Amy is more than her business. She has a warm personality and spends weekends volunteering at animal shelters in Sydney, bottle-feeding orphaned kittens and walking rescue dogs. She's also passionate about environmental causes, organizing beach cleanups, tree planting, and encouraging her community to live greener. She mentors young entrepreneurs, helping them follow their dreams. People say she has a heart of gold and lights up any room she enters. And as it turns out, she lights up Will Klein's life too. Amy grew up in a close family as the oldest of 3 sisters. Emily studies marine biology, and Sophie is into graphic design. Their parents, David and Lisa Harper, are teachers. David teaches history, and Lisa is an English literature expert. They raised Amy with kindness, hard work, and a spirit of giving back. She's very close to her family, often visiting for Sunday roasts or beach picnics. This strong family bond is something Amy and Will share, which helped bring them together. So, how did Will and Amy meet? 5 years ago, on a warm evening in Los Angeles at the Hope for Children Charity Gala, a fundraiser for children's hospitals worldwide. Amy had flown in from Sydney. She's a major donor and passionate about helping kids get the care they need, a cause she's supported since she was a teenager. Will was there representing the Klein Family Foundation, set up by his parents to give back. The room was filled with fancy dresses, tuxedos, and people who shared a mission to make a difference. A mutual friend, Sarah, who knew Amy from a sustainability conference and Will from a family event, played matchmaker. She told them, "You two need to meet," and brought them together. Instant connection. They talked about the cause, then shared favorite travel spots and childhood stories. Amy laughed at Will's jokes, and Will loved her accent and passion. Hours flew by. By the end of the night, they swapped numbers, promising to keep in touch. Will said later, "I knew right then she was different." Amy felt it too. He had a kindness she couldn't ignore. That night was the start of something big. But with Amy back in Australia and Will in Florida, they had a big challenge ahead: long distance. Luckily, love doesn't care about distance. It just finds a way. They started a long-distance relationship with everything they had. Video calls became their lifeline. They spent hours talking about their days, dreams, and even what they'd cook if they were together. Will teased Amy about her Vegemite obsession, and Amy bribed him with American barbecue. They watched movies together on Zoom, counting down to press play at the same time. It wasn't always easy, time zones were tough, but they made it work. And then came the visits. Will flew to Sydney, surprising Amy with flowers and goofy airport signs. Amy flew to Florida, sneaking in for surprise picnics. They racked up frequent flyer miles like pros. In Australia, they hiked the Blue Mountains, with Amy showing her favorite lookout spots and snapping photos. In the US, they enjoyed St. Pete Beach, splashing in the waves and building sandcastles. They explored New York City, holding hands under the bright Times Square lights, and took a quiet cabin trip in the Smoky Mountains, just the two of them by the fire. Some of their best memories are simple, watching sunsets on Bondi Beach or a Florida pier, sitting shoulder to shoulder. Once, Will planned a surprise trip to the Great Barrier Reef because Amy dreamed of diving there. They swam with fish, admired the coral, and came up grinning like fools. Amy also threw Will a surprise birthday party in LA, flying in his friends and family. He was amazed, and they danced all night. Through every mile and moment, their love grew, steady, strong, and real. But here's the surprising part. For 5 years, they kept it all secret. No Instagram posts, no paparazzi photos, just them and a few trusted friends knowing their story. Why? Let's talk about that next. 5 years is a long time to keep a relationship private, especially for someone like Will, who grew up on TV. So why the secrecy? It comes down to a few big reasons. First, Will knows how the media works all too well. Being part of the little couple meant cameras, headlines, and lots of attention. Will's parents dealt with that for years. He didn't want that kind of spotlight on him and Amy. He saw how hard it could be. He said, "I wanted us to have something just ours, away from all that noise." There was also the issue of comparisons. Bill and Jen's love story was public, beautiful but often analyzed by fans and tabloids. Will and Amy didn't want their relationship judged or compared before it had a chance to grow. Plus, they were doing long distance, which is already tough without public pressure. Keeping it private let them focus on what really mattered, building trust, testing their relationship, and making sure it was strong. They weren't totally alone, though. A small, trusted group knew the truth. Will's parents, Amy's sisters, and a few close friends like Sarah kept their secret safe. No leaks, no mistakes. This meant Will could avoid questions about his love life with a smile, and Amy could dodge nosy coworkers easily. It wasn't always easy, but it gave them peace, a safe space to let their love grow without the world watching. And it worked. 5 years of keeping their love quiet led to something huge, a moment Will had dreamed of. Fast forward to this year. After 5 years of love, laughter, and lots of plane trips, Will knew it was time. He wanted the proposal to be perfect, unforgettable, romantic, and totally Amy. So he planned a trip to Paris, the city of love. He told her it was just a getaway, a break from their busy lives. Amy believed him and packed her bags, not knowing what was coming. They spent a few days enjoying croissants at cozy cafes and strolling through Montmartre. Then, on their last evening, Will took her to a spot with a view of the Eiffel Tower. The sun was setting, painting the sky gold and pink. He had picked the place carefully to make sure it was just right. As they stood there, Will turned to Amy, his heart beating fast. He dropped to one knee and said, "You're my best friend, my everything. Will you marry me?" He showed her the ring, a beautiful, custom-made diamond set in recycled gold, because that fit Amy's style perfectly. Amy's jaw dropped. Tears filled her eyes, and she nodded before shouting, "Yes." They hugged, laughed, and cried. People nearby clapped, and the Eiffel Tower sparkled as if it was celebrating with them. They celebrated with dinner at a small bistro, champagne, escargot, and a romantic walk along the Seine. Amy later said, "It felt like a movie. I couldn't believe it was real." Will smiled and said, "I've been planning it for months. She's worth every second." That night, they started dreaming out loud about the wedding, where it would be, who would come. They decided on Australia, Amy's home, so her family could be there. September 15th, 2025 became their special date, a day to start their next chapter. But the surprises didn't end there. Will and Amy are now deep into planning their wedding on September 15th, 2025, in Sydney, Australia. They chose Cliffside Manor, an amazing venue overlooking the ocean. There's a beautiful garden for the ceremony and a grand ballroom for the party afterward. It will be an intimate event with about 100 guests, close family and friends full of love. Amy is working with a top wedding planner named Emma to perfect every detail. The colors are soft pastels, blush pink, lavender, mint green, with flowers everywhere like roses, peonies, and eucalyptus. Candles and fairy lights will add a magical glow. Amy's dress is a sustainable design from an eco-friendly brand, and Will's suit is custom-made, sharp, and totally him. The bridal party is set. Amy's sisters, Emily and Sophie, will be bridesmaids, and Will's best friends, Jake and Ryan, will be groomsmen. The ceremony will blend their cultures. They will have a Chinese tea ceremony to honor Will's heritage, serving tea to their parents as a sign of respect. At the reception, there will be an Australian bush dance with lively music and twirling skirts. The menu sounds delicious. It will have American favorites like lobster rolls alongside Aussie dishes like kangaroo steaks, finished with pavlova for dessert. A live band will keep the dance floor busy, and there will be a photo booth for fun pictures. Will is also planning a surprise. He wrote a song for Amy and might sing it at the wedding. Definitely swoon-worthy. Amy says, "It's our day, but we want everyone to feel the love." Will agrees, "It's about us, but also about bringing our families together." Speaking of family, there's one more sweet surprise. Right after the engagement news got out, Will's parents, Bill and Jen, gave Will and Amy a brand new Tesla Model S. It's a sleek white car with black interior, fully electric, and full of tech. It's eco-friendly, which matches Amy's values and perfect for their adventurous lifestyle. They revealed the gift at a family dinner. Everyone was shocked when Bill handed over the keys. Jen got emotional and said, "You're starting a new journey. We wanted you to have something special." Will and Amy are over the moon. They're already planning road trips, maybe up the California coast or along Australia's Great Ocean Road. But the car means more than just travel. It's a symbol of support. Bill and Jen adore Amy and welcome her like a daughter. Amy's parents, David and Lisa, feel the same about Will, calling him the son they never had. It's a beautiful blending of families, all rooting for their happiness. Will says, "We're so blessed." Amy agrees. "It's not just us, it's everyone we love cheering us on." Will and Amy's story is like a dream. 5 years of secret dates, oceans apart, and a love that wouldn't quit. From that gala night to the proposal in Paris, they've built something unbreakable. The secrecy wasn't just for show. It protected their bond so it could grow without the world watching. Now, with a wedding on the way and a shiny Tesla in the driveway, they're ready to step into the light. Will says it best, "Amy's my soulmate. She's incredible, and I'm lucky every day. Amy is just as smitten. Will's my rock, kind, funny, real. I can't wait to be his wife." Their journey shows that love doesn't need a spotlight to shine. It just needs two hearts willing to fight for it. September 15th, 2025, isn't just a wedding day. It's a promise kept, a family made, and a new future starting. We're so excited for Will and Amy, and we'll keep you updated on their big day. What do you think of their story? Drop a comment below. Did keeping it secret surprise you? Are you Team Tesla? In other news, the little couple fans are emotional over Will Klein's major milestone, shared by proud mom Jen Arnold. Jen also recently revealed how she caught Will 13 again, after he got in trouble for cursing on TikTok. "I'll explain everything. Will has picked up a new hobby. He's taken to the ocean." Jen has been sharing updates about her kids Zoe and Will on social media since the show ended. Even though he's grown, Will is reconnecting with a pastime from his childhood. Boating was common for Will and Zoe when they lived in Houston, Texas, as seen on The Little Couple. When the family moved to Boston, Massachusetts, the cooler weather surprised them, but there are still plenty of boats and beach activities there. They've adjusted and seem happy in their new home.